Hey guys, Mr. Robinson again, or Alex, whatever you prefer to call me. I just finished watching episode 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, and like last week, I'm here to talk about this latest episode. So, the way I plan to do these is I'm going to have no posters on the side. I'm going to do little to no editing on these things. I'm just going to speak my mind and hope they make sense. And I will be talking about spoilers, so hopefully you've seen the episode. If not, then go watch the episode on Hulu. If you have, then good. Let's talk about episode 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In this episode, we get the team getting a call for an 084. What's an 084? They don't know. They don't know until they actually go there, but basically it's something big and mysterious. Coulson says the last time they had one of these was, well, it was a hammer, and we all know the one guy in the Marvel Universe who wields a hammer. So they go in with S.H.I.E.L.D, who's still really determining if she wants to join the team or not. She's not a team member yet. So this is like her run again to see, do I really want to be part of this team? Or is it just not worth it? So I rewatched the last episode after I recorded my first episode of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reports, so I could determine whether I really liked it or not. And I did watch it. I still like it, but I was not as enthusiastic as I was when I first saw it. And I thought to myself, you know what, the pilots usually are the rough spots for me in a TV series. I remember Modern Family was a rough spot, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a rough spot. Firefly wasn't a rough spot because that pilot was an hour and a half long. Although I only saw that series on DVD, but anyway, the pilot in any series is usually the rough spot. Game of Thrones is another example. Episode 2 is usually the point where the series just gets better, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode 2 is definitely better than the first episode. It's more exciting than the first episode was. More surprising because with the pilot, I've seen too many previews to where they just unveiled new footage to the point where I pretty much could have seen the whole episode already. So this one I didn't see as much footage as the pilot, which was good because it allowed me to not predict every scene that's going to happen and got me to know the characters a lot more. And it made me think about some of the criticisms people had, like, oh, if they don't get any of the larger heroes in here, if they don't get Thor, Iron Man, or Captain America in here, people are going to lose interest. I'm like, shut up. Did people lose interest in Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I'm not going to say Firefly because that ended too soon. And if Fox hadn't canceled it, I predict it would have gone longer, but it's not Firefly, it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Joss Whedon's characters are very interesting, and they do take some time to getting to know. I heard some complaints about Sky. One YouTube channel, pretty much who I follow, reviewed the pilot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, and I just muddled that whole word, but whatever. He reviewed they reviewed the pilot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, and they compared Sky to Kat Dennings and Thor and said that Chloe Bennett was just absolutely terrible. And I said that I really liked her a lot, and she had Buffy-esque qualities to her in the way she talks, in terms of her dialogue, and maybe it's just the fact that I'm in love with her, but I still hold to what I say, and this episode really proves that she is not the Kat Dennings character, because Kat Dennings in Thor, I did kind of like her character, but she was pretty much useless. You could have taken her out of the movie, wouldn't have made a difference. Nobody would have cared. Sky is actually somewhat useful. She's very bright in her department. Even though she basically kind of just tags along in this episode at first, you see her work like with the team and not just be the person just sitting on the sideline, even though I just said she kind of tags along at first, there's the point in the episode where it becomes basically like the Air Force One attack in Iron Man 3. She actually joins together with the team to come up with an idea of how to handle this situation. And we get to know a little bit more about Coulson in the fact that he once had a relationship with a character who pops up. It's a little neat. Melinda May, we also get to see that her, after she goes into action, to show that she really does not like going into combat. Because in the pilot, there was that clip where she was beating the cop up, who was a bad guy, I think. But we never saw what happened afterwards. Here, there's an action scene, a very brief action scene with her, and later on there's a conversation between her and Coulson to where she really does not like being on the field anymore. We don't know what happened, but it's very clear she does not like active duty anymore. That's why we're first introduced to her at the desk in the first episode. I hope they kind of keep this mystery going, but I would love to know what that mystery is. Not quite yet, maybe in a later season, but Melinda May is still interesting because of how tough, mysterious, and just all around awesome she is. Fitz and Simmons are still their usual funness. I think out of my favorite characters, Fitz, Simmons, and Skye are my favorite in terms of like the guys I want to hang out with. Whereas Agent Ward and May are really the tough ones, and they're the adults of the group, aside from Coulson, who's, well, all three of them are the adults, but Coulson's Coulson. He's really smooth. He's just got great authority. And speaking of Agent Ward, maybe because I started watching Angel recently, the way the actor plays the character kind of reminds me of the character Angel. And oh shit, if Agent Ward reminds me of Angel and Skye reminds me of Buffy, there's that point in the episode. Oh shit, are they gonna go for that? Are the two of them gonna be like, are there gonna be getting overworked up? We'll just wait till the episode. We'll just see how the series progresses before coming to any conclusions. But this episode's better than the first one. This series really does have the potential to just get better, get more exciting. The special effects are still up to HBO level quality, though there are some scenes where there's a special effect happening, but they don't show it because, I mean, it's a TV show. But because the effects are still as good as, say, not as good as the Avengers, but definitely the best TV visual effects that's not HBO, it's a little forgivable for them to just kind of cheap out on some stuff. Like when Melinda May pulls up the plane, they don't show the plane being pulled up, but it's a TV show, so you can give them a pass. But in the long run, this episode's really good. I love it a lot. The writing is still good. I'm really growing fond of these characters, and I cannot wait for episode 3. I love doing this little like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reports, and I guess the only thing I have to talk about is the end of the credits where we get motherfucking Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. I knew he was going to cameo in this series at some point. I didn't expect it to be this soon, but I'm not complaining. Now, with all the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, you know that the end credit scene usually sets up something. I mean, Iron Man 2 set up Thor, Iron Man 1 set up the whole Avengers universe to begin with, Thor set up Captain America and the Avengers itself. Iron Man 3's post-credit scene was more just humor bit, like the little thing with Tony Stark and Bruce Banner. This is more humorous too, and what I like is how usually, even through a majority of the Avengers, Nick Fury was very straightforward, serious, and rather calm. Here, he just goes all out Samuel L. Jackson. Like, are you out of your mind? Are you kidding me? This thing was expensive, motherfucker. Alright, he doesn't say motherfucker at all because, well, it's ABC. You can't say that unless you're on HBO, which this series is not, but yeah, the rest of the times Nick Fury was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he was very calm. Here, he just goes out full Samuel L. Jackson, and it's awesome. Really nice cameo, although if I had a problem with it, some of the promos for this episode did not show... Some of the promos for this episode showed an eye patch on the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo, which I was like, man, that's a dead giveaway for something relating to Nick Fury. That scene would have been funnier if that logo had not had the eye patch, but in any case, it's still funny. The episode's still really good. I'm super hyped for the rest of the series, and yeah, that's my review for episode 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Leave a comment if you've seen the episode, subscribe to my channel for more reviews in the future, check out my other channel, AlexGA462, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, tell your friends about me. This is Mr. Robinson, and remember, when it comes to movies and TV, know it before you see it. See you guys later.